Well, selling a business can be a very daunting task. So coming up next, I talk with an expert, and he's South Florida businessman, turnaround guru, and CPA Jim Martin. And in an interview taped earlier, I asked Jim, what was the first thing that should be looked at when selling a business?
Dave, and obviously I've been on both sides of the table, and when a business owner is looking to sell their business or what we call monetize what they've created with their own two hands and their family's efforts, what they want to do is they want to get a valuation for their business, and there's many companies out there that will provide a proper valuation for their business. So as an example, if I'm in the aviation space and I'd like to sell my business, it's important for me to get comparables that will tell me what my business is valued comparatively to other like businesses in the industry.
I got you. Well, do you, if I'm a seller and I hire you to help me with this deal, do you do all that? Do you go out and get the comps and stuff?
We will help you throughout the entire process. We will find the valuations. We've done that. We had a large marketing services company, and what we did for them was we helped them determine their proper value in the market. We did that through the help of other professionals that we work with, and we came in and we provided that client with the right value for their business, and that enabled them then, when it came time for them to go to the marketplace, they had an idea as to what to expect from the market.
Okay, on the other side, now you're a CPA, you really know the numbers and stuff, and you're experienced. You've done this many times before. If I'm a buyer, I say, okay, I'm looking at buying this business, Jim. Can you help me out on what do you think it's worth?
Sure. And so the buyer in that instance will have a similar exercise done. They'll know what they call a multiple. A multiple is, what am I willing to pay for the cash flow of a business, or what am I willing to pay for the revenue of this business? Oftentimes it's a multiple of cash flow, and so a buyer will say, I'm willing to pay 4 times the cash flow of this business, and so that's what they're going to be looking for as they're exploring different companies to buy. And many times the buyer wants to buy a company that's in the same industry in which they operate. In the case of private equity players, they'll want to buy what they call an add-on acquisition. They'll want to buy a company that's complementary to an existing portfolio company. So it runs the gamut.
Well, you got these private equity firms, you know, a lot of them are down in Boca that, you know, they buy, 25, 30, 40 companies, and I don't see how they keep track, but, but how do they do that?
Well, they need professionals like us to help them keep track, right? They do have a lot on their plate, but they're also very good professionals, and they're good firms. We have a lot of them, as you mentioned, right here in South Florida, which is really to our advantage because they provide a lot of employment with the companies that they buy right here in our counties. And there's also a lot of capital that they've raised. Let's face it, today private equity has more, call it, unemployed capital, if you will, than ever before. So there's $500 billion of excess capital today.
Yeah, right now in the market, the Washington and New York and Wall Street say that these banks are holding over $1 trillion in cash, looking to put it to work.
Banks and private equity firms as well. There's a lot of cash on the sidelines, we hear that phrase used a lot, and that's true. There's a lot of cash on the sidelines today.
Well, what are they waiting for?
Well, there's a myriad of things that they're waiting for. Some are waiting for more macroeconomic issues to get resolved, such
Washington's going to do,
what Washington is going to do, what's going to happen in Europe. So there's some macro issues that some are waiting for. There's more micro issues that some are waiting for. So it really runs the gamut as well.
Well, Jim, in your business, ACM Capital Partners, which you handle all types of stuff like this, do you keep your eye on South America, Europe, and all these things?
We do. We do. Let's face it, we're in a global marketplace today. It's a very different market, and it's related. We're interrelated to these various markets, and so it's important that we keep our eye on Europe. It's important we keep our eye on Central America and South America as well.
All right. Well, listen, Jim Martin, thanks for being here again, and thanks for being a sponsor and supporting the South Florida Business Report. We really appreciate it. Thanks for being here, Jim.
Thank you, Dave.
All right. And stay with us. We'll return right after these words.